The kingfisher is a family of brightly colored and unusual-looking birds that live near rivers and bodies of water all over the world. With their vivid plumage and loud, shrill calls, the kingfisher bird really stands out from the crowd. You can often catch sight of them perched in a tree, barely moving. But upon sighting prey, they spring quickly into action and swoop down to catch it. The amount of variation in the kingfisher family is truly impressive. Kingfisher birds have very strong legs since they spend the vast majority of their time perched within trees. The kingfisher's eggs are colored almost pure white. The earliest fossilized kingfishers have been discovered in lower Eocene sediments, which are quite recent and date to roughly 40 million years ago. These Wyoming deposits are complemented by even more recent deposits from Germany and France, as well as by Australian material that is younger than 25 million years. Due to a modification in their lenses, they are able to accurately determine the depth of their prey even when they are underwater. As it dives in, a piece of membrane slides over its eyes to block the water from getting in. The nictitating membrane is the name of it. These birds are found in almost every region of the world except for the most extreme polar and desert climates. The greatest concentration seems to occur in tropical regions such as Africa, South Asia, Australia, and the rest of the Pacific. Most species live near rivers and lakes. The kingfisher has the habit, which is very unusual for birds, of digging burrows into banks, tree cavities, or termite mounds. After about a week of digging out dirt with their feet, the parents will have created a burrow about 3 to 6.5 feet long with a nesting chamber at the end. The kingfisher looks like it was strangely put together in a lab. It has a relatively large head, thick feet, and a dagger-like bill attached to a rather small, compact body and stubby tail. The smallest species is the 4-inch-long African dwarf kingfisher, while the largest species are the giant kingfisher and laughing kookaburra with a 2-foot wingspan and 18-inch body. The plumage is usually some combination of bright blue, green, orange, or red with all manner of different patterns and stripes adorning it. Some species also sport a prominent crest on the head. These birds prefer small social organizations that consist of mating pairs or families. It relies on a suite of different vocalizations, including clicks, whistles, screams, and chirps, to communicate with each other. The laughing kookaburra, which is native to Australia, has the most mirthful sound of all species. As the name suggests, this call resembles a loud laugh. The kingfisher also invests a great deal of time into remaining clean. It will dive into the water to wash off and rub its bill against a branch to keep it in pristine condition. Pattern and timing. These birds, as a general rule, rarely stray far from their home territory. The home range is so important to them that they will aggressively defend their territory from intruders. Only a few types of kingfishers break this rule. For instance, the belted kingfisher is a long-range migratory species. It breeds as far north as Alaska and Canada and travels as far south as Mexico and Central America in the winter. The belted kingfisher also occupies the continental United States all year round. Although this bird is omnivorous, they seem to be adapted most of all for hunting and consuming meat. Its favorite hunting strategy is to observe the environment around it from a stalk or tree branch and then swoop down on unsuspecting prey. If the prey is still alive and squirming, then the kingfisher may beat it against the perch to subdue it. With its voracious appetite, the kingfisher has the ability to digest prey even bigger than its entire body. The prey will sometimes stick out of the mouth as part of it is being digested in the stomach. Despite the name, most types do not specialize in fish alone. They are highly opportunistic hunters that will consume insects, snakes, skinks, spiders, crabs, mice, scorpions, berries, and even smaller birds. The exact diet depends on the local availability of food. These birds face a few threats in the wild from natural predators, habitat loss, and introduced non-native predators. An adult bird has only a few natural predators in the wild. It can evade most animals by flying around trees or diving into the water. Only birds of prey are usually fast and agile enough to keep up with it in the air. Raccoons, skunks, dingoes, foxes, snakes, mongooses, and chimpanzees are all known predators of the far more vulnerable kingfisher eggs.